Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Here's another one. Like a what? Like a torta with a snack habit. Buy up. Order, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, Milk74, right? And 1090 Jake. When will it end? Before it even begins, I promise that, right? And it may noodle style in direct fashion. Let me explain something to you. Something I've always wondered, and maybe a question we could ask and answer together, because there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I've been around a lot of yards, and I've been around a lot of white folk, right? A lot of woods, brother. But I've also been around them whites that move within black gangs, within Mexican gangs. And, you know, politically, you would say to yourself, well, aren't you supposed to go with your own race? These are questions that have been asked and definitely have been answered, but I'm going to give it to you my own flavor, my own stilo, right? Guard! We about to get into it, right? When it comes to the white guys, any race, any ethnicity, you can rock with who you want to rock with. Now, of course, if you're a non-affiliate, if you've never been part of a gang, if you're just a white boy, of course you're going to move with the woods. Of course you're going to function that way with your ethnicity, with your people, because that's who's going to protect you. That's who you're going to protect. That's the lines that you need to toe. That's the linea in the sand that you shall not cross, right? And the reason being is that's just the way it is. It's always been like that. And you're going to move with people that are of like-mindedness and people that look like you. Sorry, man. Spence on la tira. I know in the world that we live in, some of us were raised to get along with everybody and not see color. No color barriers, no color lines. But I'm sorry, in prison, it's just the way it is. It's different. So I was scared you must just roll like that, right? But if, say, you're a white guy from a black gang or Mexican gang, more than likely, you have a choice when you get incarcerated. More than likely, what you're going to do is rock with your ganga. You're going to rock with your barrio, your hood, your turf, your set, on correct, on paro, on norte or sur. Depending upon how you feel, and if you're a true and firm believer in that cause and you're righteous people, then you're going to go with that. Now, I've always noticed when it's a white guy from a Mexican gang, he gets a pass from the white boys. You ask yourself, why is this? Why don't they sweat him? And the truth of the matter is, most of the white guys that are on them yardas already know what time it is with the Mexicanos and the Chicanos. You know, you don't question them, period. Plain and simple. Because if you do, and you decide to make a fuss over it, you decide to say, hey, you sound like a fucking Chicano. If you decide to do that, you're going to get moved on very quickly. You're going to get eradicated from that yard. The pressure is going to be applied swiftly. And that's just what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about Swifty Blue, right? They're going to apply pressure because, hey, once a vato is accepted into a Mexican gang, into a Mexican group, that's just it, man. He may be a white guy from that group, but he's not seen as that. He's seen as just another Chicano, a gang member, but of white nature. We'll just say it like that. You can use whatever word and twist you want to put to it. Now, if you're from a black gang, the white guys I've noticed feel some type of way. They feel like black and white are opposites. Like that's automatically their opposition. That's automatically the one group that they have to go against. So they see some type of way and they feel some type of way. You know, in Milk74's case, him being from a black gang, raised by black people, growing up in that neighborhood, I could see where he got on with that. I could, allegedly, I'm not going to put it, nothing on his plate that he hasn't said himself, but I could see where that's his group. That's who he hangs around with. And that's righteous. You're supposed to rock with all you know. You're a product of your environment, man. If you grew up in the hood, if you grew up as a Crip, you know what I mean, then you're going to rock Crip in prison. But let me tell you something, man. On both sides, there's casualties, and on both sides, there's problems. Okay? But what I noticed, which is even more than that, is right here on YouTube, it seems like all the white guys that are from black gangs seem to have a problem with one another. You know, they seem to want to test the other's credibility. Now, I know when it comes to Milk, a lot of people don't like him. I don't agree with a lot that he says, but at the end of the day, man, I can't deny the fact that he is what he is. Will I ever say he's not a Hoover? I'll never say that. Will I ever say he's not about his business? I can't never say that. I'm just saying I'm not impressed But at the end of the day, I won't deny what he says. When he says he's active, well, he doesn't know the concept of really being an active gang member. Hood day, here you don't come, right? There's a lot of different things that I could sit there and test the ability of the man, but of course he could do that right back at me. Well, Gunner, you're not in your volume, you're not in your hood, you're not here, you're not there. And all I have to say with him is, shit, because I'm moving on up. You know what I mean? I got to get somewhere. I got to take care of my family and prosper, Holmes. You know, like Pac says, I don't fear nothing. The only thing I fear is not making it, right? So I'm going to make it by any means necessary. And I understand he has the same mentality. You know, when people say you move up out your hood, you're not no good from your hood, you're not this, you're not that, you're a fool to stay in your hood and sit there, ride beach cruisers around looking for God. Straight up, Holmes, real ones step their game up and move to that bag, Holmes. And besides that bag, move to where it's more better for their children and more better for themselves. Safety and security first and foremost, and being a real one. That's what being a real one is. Getting off your ass and taking care of your kids. Not being a gang member in the streets activated. Not being a gangster and thinking you are and getting tattoos all over your face. Being a real one is being a man. Becoming more than what you were, right? Changing the lane, Holmes. Going right from left. Doing the best that you can. Now, if you have a good name in the process of doing it, hey, righteously so. And if you don't, so what, Holmes? As long as your family's happy and you're happy, that's all that should matter. Now, Milk's case, of course, we all know he's locked up in that apartment. He goes out and eats M&Ms on the streets from time to time. But at the end of the day, that's how people view him. Some people view him as they like him. And yes, he grew up in a black gang and they respect it. And some people don't. And he can never fight that feeling like a Too Short song. He can never express differences or matters of opinion, Holmes. Only his own. He can't change or sway the minds of others. And that's righteous. Now, when it comes to 1090 Jake, another white guy that's from a black gang, right? A lot of people have a lot to say about this guy. A lot of people have a lot to say about him supposedly telling, him supposedly locking it up on the yard, him supposedly not doing this or that. But one thing I can say for sure is he's definitely came up in the YouTube game. He definitely knows the recipe, right? And what I noticed, and it's crazy to me, because they went through a lot of the same hardships, these white gang members from black gangs tend to ride on each other. Instead of assisting each other and knowing what they've gone through and having similarities, they tend to slander each other, defecate on each other's character. I've seen it time and time again with Pino being from a black gang and doing that white thing, arguing with 1090 Jake and ultimately fighting him. So many other instances where now Milk74 has a constant battle with all these individuals. It seems like these white gang members are jealous or hate on one another. Like they could be the only one from a black gang on YouTube. That's just not the way it works out. Having similarities and been through that, you guys should understand the hardships you go through. Not only do you have to prove yourselves to your own people, white people, that you're actually down enough to be from a black gang and them not to trip on you, you also have to prove to the blacks that you're down enough to kick it with them. Because it's not all fine and dandy. Just because you're on the streets as a white guy or even a black guy from a brown gang doesn't mean you're totally accepted. You might be accepted from your barrio because you grew up there. You might be accepted on the blocks or the hood stores that you go to. But prison is a different animal and a different story depending upon who has the yard and who's doing what he does. Because who says you're going to be accepted? Who says you're allowed to walk that yard? Especially amongst people that you know nothing about or look nothing like. Okay, when it comes to Milk74, I don't know the specifications of where he's been. I know he's been to county jail. I don't know if he's been to prison, but prison's a different animal. People like Wack Deuce, shout outs and respects to my brother out of San Diego, man, who have walked level 4 yards like High Desert State Prison, who have maintained as a white crit, right? Know exactly the type of obstacles you must go through. Know how it feels to wake up every morning not knowing if the woods are going to get off on you. Just not because they fear you or they feel you're a threat, but because they know at the end of the day they lost a soldado that could have been theirs. See, a lot of people don't see that. So it seems like right here on YouTube, the white boys would band together. Being from black gangs, they have a lot of common ground. They understand, especially those that have been to prison like 1090 Jake, but that's not to be the case. And it never has. And that's the question I pose. Why? Why do they hate on each other? Now, I know exactly why Mexicans hate on Mexicans. Everybody wants to be the big dog. Everybody wants to be, hey, you, get off that mountain. Everybody wants to wear the crown. Everybody wants to be crowned king, but they don't want all the troubles and all the expectancies that go along with it. That's understandable, you know. It's all good until you get socked in the mouth. It's all good in the hood until you're the one getting clowned on, right? And that's fine. You have to have thick skin. You have to be able to rock and roll with the punches. That's cool. And then you have to deal with all the haters. Well, this and that. Well, that and this. And then playing all sides. It's just the way it goes, man. That's part of the program. Hey, you either fucking get it or you get out of it. And that's it. Straight up. Just like a gang, you're even with the program or you're not with the program. There's no in between. There's no playing both sides. Because eventually the funk is going to smell like caca and they're going to find out, hey, did someone step in dog shit? And that's it. And they ain't from Fresno. Bang, bang. That's what it is. But I've always tripped on why these beefs, it's common, man. All the white guys are going at it on YouTube, but not like Adam 16 and a half and not 23 and 1 and all these different guys, you know, that are just doing prison channels or doing vlogs or just doing whatever they're doing on No Jumper anymore. But it's always the white guys that were from black gangs. It trips me out. It's like a hatred there. It's like they have to be that only one. They have to be superior. They have to be, I think that's the white in them. You guys, if it ain't white, it ain't right, brother. They got to be superior. They got to be that number one. There's plenty of room for everyone. Just like I tell everyone that has a little rinky-dink poop butt channel, there's plenty of room for everyone. But if you continue to slander someone's name and drag them through the mud, you're going to see how it works out for you. It ain't going to stop. Ain't no one going to stop. Everyone's going to keep doing what they does because the best thing for you to do is to maintain, stay humble, and do your own fucking program. But if you ain't got nothing to talk about, I guess you could talk about me. Who doesn't nowadays, huh? Who doesn't have me in their mouth, in their dental, all up in their frontal? Novocaine, all numb and shit. You know what it is, man. Bumping baking soda breath on the door. Yep, smells like chorro. You know what I mean? That's just it. Or chorra, depending upon what light they were drinking that night, bud. You know what it is, cuz, right? At the end of the day, it's just always boggled my mind why these YouTubers go at it. White guys, like if this is a YouTube yard, like if this is prison and they feel some type of way. You know, if anything, you should adapt and network and show love to each other because you've been around the same block. Now I understand some people think they're better than others because they might have a good name, according to them and what they say. We've never seen paperwork, right? Now, with 1090 Jake, I've never disrespected that man. I've never disliked that man, but I'm not here to bullshit you guys when I tell you he did say a little too much to the placas. Facts. It's right there on video, man. So Milk does have a point, man. That guy was talking a little too foul, right? And now, it's what it is, right? It's what it is. Whether you're going to like him, love him, or hate him, or leave him, it's not going to change what he's got going on or how many subscribers he has. Nothing changes. You could try to expose someone. You could try to dislike someone. You could try to do all that. But at the end of the day, if the people are going to rock with them, they're going to rock with them no matter what. And there's no way you could twist it up. Oh, I'm about to end them. I'm about to tell you how. You and fucking all 1,998 of your subscribers, it ain't going to happen, bro. There is no way to end a man unless he ends himself. The only way to end up is to pull up and really end them. And if you ain't really trying to do that, shit, if you don't even want your wedding pictures shown, then you definitely don't want to do nothing like that. Stop it. Just please, stop it, man. Be yourself. Don't be that last book on the bookshelf. You know what I mean? Because don't no one want to read your ass, but everyone can. Now, look, I'm giving them too much knowledge they can't get in college. Too much game for a lane. You know what I mean? Insane. Woods, step it up. Now, when it comes to Milk, he also has skeletons in the closet. He also has an agenda. He also, you know, has things about him that people don't like. But at the end of the day, what you need to understand is all these guys have great, and I mean great content. All these guys know what the hell they're talking about. All these guys express their feeling however they're going to express it, and they're to be respected. Why can't everyone just watch the videos, take it for what it is, whether you soak the knowledge that you can't get in college or you don't, and push on to the next video? That's what I do. You know, that is exactly what I do. If I see something I don't like, yeah, I might address it. But I'm not going to disrespect or assassinate the whole man's character just based upon one opinion that they have or one expression of feeling that they have, because that's not cool. But I've always noticed, you know, with the white boys in the hood, there's definitely a lot of hate there and a lot of envy and a lot of drag, man. They love dragging each other through the mud. Now, I've never seen or heard, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, if 1090 Jake has drugged Milk through the mud. He might not even know who Milk is, to be honest with you. But I've definitely seen Milk go out of his way to go ahead and get his attention by defecating on his character. And what does it do? I mean, he might get some views on it. He might get, you know, his popularity might go up a little bit. And I guess if that's what it is to get to the bag, then that's what it is. But I've always thought it funny. Now, when it comes to the Mexicanos on YouTube, I see a lot of the same similarities, man. And I'm not going to be part of that. I'm not going to be that one. I'm not going to try to drag anyone ass through the mud. If it is what it is, I'm going to let the chips lie where they may. I'm going to let them do themselves dirty. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to do it like a crook that got him shook, man, and just push. Because at the end of the day, man, it doesn't benefit me. No, I pay no never mind. It doesn't. I just block them and just move on. If you want to talk shit, you just get blocked, man. Span son la tira, homes. Period, plain and simple. And the perfection is perfected. That's what I do, and I'm not affected. But I have noticed a lot of riff-raff bullshit going on. I guess it's just all high drama. It's like high desert level 4-yard. It's just all high drama. YouTube has become a haven and a pot of jambalaya for drama. You know, you have the white, black gang members going out against the ones. You have Lupe and Whack 100. You have Whack 100 and Brick Baby. You have Brick Baby and Cowboy. You have Cowboy. I mean, everybody is beefing. Everybody wants to talk shit to each other. Everybody wants to shit on the next man. And what does that prove? All that proves is we're a whole bunch of minorities in disarray. We're a whole bunch of Mexicans and black people, man, that just can't get along for the life of us. We're a whole bunch of people that got a whole lot to say about a whole lot of other people that you're never probably going to meet in real life. And when you do, you're going to have a whole different energy. It just makes no sense. Now, when it comes to the white guys, hating on the other white guys from black gangs, it's pretty dominant and it's pretty obvious, man, that it's all a power play to be that one. There can never be just one. Pensa la tira, this is YouTube. There's too many to be one. There could be 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? Put 6 in the clip and get to spit and get live, right? That's just how it is. You know, if you have an opinion on this, if you have a reasoning why you think it is, let me know. Drop me a message. I'll read it. I won't delete it, right? I'll definitely trip out on it. But one thing I'll say for sure is if you are a fan of either one of these guys or a supporter, I hate to say the word fan because ain't no one here famous, no matter what you fucking weirdos think, right? All these weird motherfuckers, oh, hey, I'm YouTube famous. I got 1,000 subscribers. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? So does fucking my little cousin. You know what I mean? All he does is sit there and play with Play-Doh. Stop it. If you really, really honestly have an opinion and know why, let me know. You know, because it's a question I've always asked myself. Why? Why do people hate on each other? What do you accomplish or what do you get out of that? So what? You talk a little bit of shit. What does that do? If you want to have fun with the cap and go back and forth and clown a little bit, do your thing, cuz. You know, but as far as these fake beefs and fake agendas, I'm not with that program, man. I don't give a fuck what you say or how you try to say it. Ain't no one ever did that. You know, if I don't like you, I don't like you. And I'll tell you straight up, if I do, I will. I'll just be like, I ain't got no problems with this guy. I might clown a little bit, but at the end of the day, I don't hate him. When it comes to Milk, I don't hate him. I'm a clown a little bit, but I don't hate him because I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get to the bag and secure for his family. I just think dragging all these other white guys through the mud, man, is not in his best... You know, it's not beneficial for him. It's not a good look. You know, with 1090 Jake, this guy has prospered so much in the YouTube game. Maybe it is lies. Maybe he did, you know, roll it up off the yard. Maybe he did say too much, man. But people don't care. At the end of the day, he tells good stories and they like the way his delivery is. They like the way he tells it. And people are going to continue to watch him just like they're going to continue to watch Milk, myself, and any other person that has something to speak on. It's because we're here. We're providing content. We're providing hood news. We're providing realness. And what we're definitely providing is entertainment. And that's what people want after a hard day's work. They want to kick back and hear what's going on. What has went on. Your war stories, laugh a little bit, bedtime stories, things of that nature. That's what people are in this shit for. They're not in it to hear you disrespect people. They're not in it to hear you clown or tell people's addresses or talk about their family or talk about their loved ones or play little recordings you have of them when you were supposed to be cool with them, but you're recording them, but then you call them a rat. It just doesn't make no fucking sense, does it? Right? Just a lot of these things that I see that are going on, man, I'm not really with. That's why I'm not going live as much, gente. And I'm just being real in real time. That's why I'm not going live as much because it's all bullshit now. It's all slander and propaganda. It's all people just waiting, salivating. They can't wait to get in there and screen record and talk shit and twist people up. There's no realness anymore, man. The realness has left. It's all drama now. It's all bullshit. You know, tune in and turn up because I got a lot more bangers coming, a lot more realness. But at the end of the day, man, I'm becoming very bewildered by these characters that are actually getting love, that are actually getting admonished. Like, come on, bro. Are you kidding me? Look at that bullshit you have all tatted all on you. You got that shit when you was a kid, bro, in a tank where there was no enemigas. You know, it's just weird. Anyways, when it comes to Milk and the other white guys going at it, you know, why? Why ask why? Well, you know, it's definitely a question that I've asked. Why do they hate on each other so much? I haven't seen no white guys like that get along. And it's weird. But it's only for white guys that are from black gangs. It's not white guys from Mexican gangs. You never really see them too much on YouTube. And it's not black guys from there ain't no black guys from white gangs. That's a whole different hood, brother. If you know what I mean. And that ain't cool. Anyways, with that being said, man, just a question I asked. Move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle to strive and the strive to struggle. You know what it is. I'm going to continue to do what I do. No one's going to stop me. Nothing can stop me, man. People that hate, you're going to continue to hate. But I don't hate you. You know, I hope all channels prosper. I hope all channels make it. Hey, Gunner, you're all bad because you told me how to put a commercial in a video. I was trying to help you, you fucking idiot, because you don't know how to fucking do this. Yes, we get paid by Google AdSense. Yes, we do get paid by the people watching the commercials and supporting us. No, we don't get paid by fucking just asking people for donations and all that weird shit. We get paid by YouTube, man. So of course, to get to that bag, man, you have to know how to play the game right. If you don't, then that is what it is. But don't hate on me because I try to give you the game. Meanwhile, while I'm giving you the game, your old poop butt fucking homeboys recording me. Gunner, he's trying to burn the raza. I ain't burning nobody, humps. You burning yourselves, you fucking idiots. This is the gun. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's gonna be the head that wears the crown. I'm gonna continue to struggle and strive for what I really got going on. In the next coming days, you're gonna see exactly the pull up and how the gun has got it going on. This is all real. The gun. Bang, bang.